Welcome into the Ron Ross Radio Show podcast. Hey, how you doing? I'm Ron. That dude right there is John, long distance runner Yagelensky.
Hello. Hi
And
there.
thanks for hanging out with us today. For it is Tuesday and it is January 9th. We're about to get out of single digits of year and days in 2024. Already, time is just racing by.
Yikes.
Already, I know what's going on with that. You're in
We're
season
old.
2, episode 2 of
Yes,
the podcast. Hell yeah, that's true. But time does speed up when you get older.
it does.
They show that it does. Well, they used math. Did you ever hear the explanation?
No,
You never heard the explanation? Why?
I
Okay.
have not heard this.
All
No.
right, let's take
Please.
GS1. Let's take my grandson for an example.
All right.
He's 5 years old.
Okay.
All right, he's in kindergarten. And he so 1 year is 1/5 of his life. That is forever to him.
Okay.
For me, 1 year is 1/59th. So it's racing by. So it goes off a lot quicker. Your perception as time speeds up as you get older is because of your perception. Time is time, and it's a man-made construct anyway. But the point is,
Okay.
it is your perception. It's the same thing, John.
Yes.
If you were watching a train go by, okay, and there's a flatbed on the train, and there's a man on the train throwing a ball straight up and down. Now, to him and everybody on that train, relative to that person's position, is watching the ball go up and down.
Okay.
If I'm standing outside the track and I'm watching it go by, the ball goes in a curve. Depends on where you are. It's your perception. It's relative to your perception. Relative to my perception as a 59-year-old, time is going faster. Relative to my grandson, Christmas Eve, waiting for Santa to come, was an eternity.
Okay.
All
I
right.
mean, I think Einstein might have something to say about this.
It's from Einstein.
Okay.
Time is relative.
I'm just saying. It might be.
Time slows down. What was the article I read in Scientific American years and years and years ago?
Okay.
Because that was like the only periodicals you were allowed to read in science class at St. Joseph's High School in Emmitsburg, Maryland. Was time slows down when you approach the speed of light. And the way it was explained to me, or I could understand it and read it, was that if you're looking at a clock, and this clock says 1 o'clock, all right, and then you move away from that clock at the speed of light. So that means the light reflecting off of the light rays, particles reflecting off that clock,
Okay.
are entering your eye at the same speed that you are moving away from it. Okay, so you're perceiving that the clock doesn't move. Does time stop? Because you're moving at the speed of light.
This is getting really heavy. My brain is hurting.
Who's the physicist I bought it? Well, I did buy the Dr. Stephen Hawking's book.
Okay.
And I'm in the process of trying to read that. He wrote several, but there was like the definitive one. I can't remember what it's called. And then Neil deGrasse Tyson, I've purchased one of his books too, because I've decided I've got to start reading these and trying to understand some of the nature of physics that goes on around. Physics was my favorite class. I loved physics. I loved physics of light, refracting and reflecting light, and so on and so forth.
Have you read any? This is getting way too deep. Have you read any Keiko? Mikio Keiko?
I have not.
Oh,
but I would.
Those are the kind of things that start blowing your mind about us living in a 10-dimensional universe.
Oh, see, okay. So I've tried to look up, because I'm a huge fan of Big Bang Theory. I've looked up string theory to try to understand
the Big Bang
theory.
Okay, yeah, string theory. That's
I can't.
You know what? Keiko puts it in terms that you can more easily understand, which I liked about him. It's still pretty deep stuff, but it starts blowing your mind. So
I saw something
Don't get too
right
deep.
right before Christmas, I
Yeah.
saw something a couple of weeks before Christmas, and it was like,
Maybe-
take stock of the things around you and enjoy and be in the moment and so on and so forth. Because I bought it. Well, I did buy the
Oh,
what are we
Dr.
hearing? Talking
Oh,
for?
that's us. Okay.
Okay,
That's
why am I
hard.
hearing me again? That's
Oh, you
weird.
just yeah, it is weird. I didn't think you'd be able to hear
Did
stuff.
we go back in time? That was
We did,
odd.
really. We did. I took us on a journey through 10-dimensional hyperspace right there.
Wow, that was crazy.
Wasn't that cool?
I
went
saw
back there.
myself from like over here.
Yeah.
No, stop it.
Just don't walk off the path. 'Cause
Okay,
if you
I'll be
step
careful
on a
not to
bug,
walk off the path.
You
No,
know,
the thing I saw, and I haven't even gotten to the first item on my on my agenda. Or
Agenda?
agenda,
What's
as
an
my
agenda? All right.
5-year-old daughter used to say.
Sorry, I'm playing.
Is that okay? And it was like trying to be in the moment, trying to appreciate everything that's going on around you now. Greatest wife ever even got me a banner that said "These are the good old days," and that is, it said, "Think back to your grandparents or your great grandparents or your great great parents, great great grandparents. Do you know anything about them? Do you know their names?
The
Do you know where they
great-
were from?
Great.
Great great grandparents. Do you have any idea? They've come.
This much.
I know. I don't know great great grandparents.
Yeah.
I have no idea on both sides. I do not know great great grandparents, and it's the whole thing is like they're gone and lost to history. Their
Right.
ancestors, what was so important to them, I have no concept, and that's going to happen to me.
Yeah. This is
And the memory of me.
what a
And
depressing bit of talk. This
it
is.
was, and it I'm turning 60 this year, so I'm having a lot of, I'm doing a lot of introspection. I'm doing a lot of trying to be in the moment. Although I was listening to a lot of 80s rock on the way home because I'm on 1069 The Eagle, and I'm playing a lot of songs now on that station,
Right.
7 to midnight, that I played when it was new.
So wait, you're on 2 stations?
Yeah, I'm on 2 stations now. Yeah, I'm on
Wow. Look at
Key
you.
103. Yeah, look at me, man. I'm on Key 103 afternoons, and I do 7 to mid on 1069 The Eagle, Maryland's classic hits. Now it's not just classic rock; it's a lot of classic hits in there too. Some Madonna's in there, and
Well,
Prince.
that's interesting. So it's
Yeah.
like sort of a Jack FM for classic hits, sort of.
It's it goes everywhere and it hits all the
Mm.
genres. I mean, I played Young
Playing
MC. I'm going
Yeah.
in the Young MC
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out of David Bowie, Queen, right?
It's like
yeah,
Jack
it's
FM was.
it's everywhere, everything, all the time. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cool.
I dig that.
It's funny how we're dipping now into the 90s because the 90s was 30 years ago, 35 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's
New profile
it
picture
was
for Jennifer Skin.
What's
Oh,
going on? We got a nice message from Jennifer. By the way,
Yeah.
you can message us. You're watching us
Yeah.
on Facebook. Thank you so much for doing that. On our YouTube channel, you can comment on our YouTube channel as well, and also wherever you get your audio podcasts. And I again, I noticed, John, I was watching back last week's
Oh.
when you're talking and I'm listening. I
Mhm.
got the mouth is hanging open. I'm like, it's really bad. It's so, you know what? If you're listening to the podcast, just do that. You don't want to. You don't want to see what is going on with this podcast. All right. So
No, but
first things.
but you did text me about something. I forget. Oh, the Harry Met Sally. The comment I made, was it last week or the week before?
was
You
last
catch
week,
my-
yes,
you catch
it
my
was.
jokes like afterward,
I catch them later.
Yeah. which is funny.
Look who's calling me, and I can't answer it right now.
I can't see.
You can't see that? You
No.
can't see? It's Lisa Loeb.
Oh,
I gotta call.
would
I'll have
love
to call her
have
back.
her on the podcast. at some
I'm trying to get her on the podcast. It's her schedule. I got to call her back.
Come on, Lisa.
And she has to go to voicemail, and I feel really bad now.
Yes.
I hope she wasn't watching this and calling me live.
Yeah.
Wanted to
Wow.
get her on the
Oops, yeah, she
show.
wants
I
to be
couldn't
on
get
the show right now. We have no way to hook
I
her
couldn't
in.
get her on the show. Anyway.
Well, I
All right.
could, but you couldn't.
True. That's true. Good
I
point.
have a Bluetooth hook up into the board, which I could hook my phone into if I wanted to.
So
Well,
we're
anyway, moving on.
what
Squirrel.
was I talking about? I was my
Don't know.
I
Squirrel.
it's gone.
Good.
Again, this is fragmenting my brain. Squirrel.
Squirrel.
All right. So we had some winter weather over the weekend. We had a little bit of snow and slush. People to where I'm in Central Maryland
Mm,
in Frederick County.
right.
Or if you're in from Maryland, it's Canny,
And,
Canny,
if, or it's Merlin.
Frederick County, Maryland.
Merlin.
Correct. Frederick. I'm a Fredneck. And then to my west is Washington County, and they got a lot of snow, and we got the sleet and freezing rain, the medley, as it were. And then by Sunday it was
slush
gone.
and the snow, the freezing rain. Oh, love that.
So today, though, is a lot of rain is coming in, and the problem is it's going to start hyper melting the snow quickly, so we're going to get flooding. So we've got a lot of flood watches, flood warnings, and then we've got gusty winds in the tropical storm zone.
Same.
Gusting 50 miles per hour and so on. Yeah. So we've got to be on the lookout, so much so that they've let school out early.
Same here.
Because they don't want kids on the school bus. Okay. All right. Well, then
no school here. That's virtual today. Which
if you're in the snowstorm, you have to see, that's the thing. The kids, you don't get a snow day anymore. No, not from the days of COVID. No more snow days. Sorry. Hop on your laptop.
Uncle Ronnie and Uncle Johnny got snow days.
Oh, man. Did we ever?
We were bundling up and we were going out into the snow.
I remember I grew up outside Richmond, Virginia, in a town called Mechanicsville, home of singer Jason Mraz. Mechanicsville. And it's home where the mechanics were. And so you're a little farther south. You're still mid-Atlantic, but you're a little farther south, so it wasn't a lot of snow. We didn't get a lot of snow. One year, gosh, it was the year that I moved. I moved in 1978. So it was the winter of 77, 78. And we got all of this snow, and there was a big construction zone in the back of my neighborhood. Yeah, I had a nice, beautiful neighborhood, Holly Ridge, and at the end of the neighborhood, there were railroad tracks, across railroad tracks, and on the other side was this huge construction zone. Had no idea what it was, but they had these big banks of dirt, that were covered in snow. And of course, we are sledding down those, and we're trying to build a wall, like a bobsled run, so we could turn it went straight through the wall.
Love it,
because it was just made of snow. There was no dirt behind it.
Yeah.
Years later, fast forward years later, I'm driving through to go to the Outer Banks of North Carolina because I'm a newlywed, and my brand new wife and I, the greatest wife ever, we're driving through, and we're going to Richmond, coming from Maryland, going into Richmond, and we hit what's called the Richmond Beltway, and it's 695, I think is what it's called. All the beltways that come off at 95 runs north and south from Maine all the way down to Florida.
Yeah.
And when you go around a city, then they give it another number. Like around Baltimore, it's 495, Baltimore Beltway. Around Washington, D.C., 695. And I forget what it is around Richmond. I think it's 695. But I'm on it, and I realize the back of my neighborhood was over there. I'm like, oh, it was the Beltway that they were building. That's how long ago I was there. They were building the Richmond Beltway. But I digress. There you go. There's my winter weather story. John,
hi.
I want to get to you, man, because you did something I just want to run a 3K. That's all. I just want to see if I can run
3K or 5K.
5, whatever.
5K. 5K.
5K? Yeah. I want to try to run a 5K.
You can do
John, and he was posting on the Intercot website, which is his website. It's a Disney travel website, and he's got a podcast on that too. But follow it, like it, and find it, and watch the podcast. It's a lot of fun, and you learn a lot about the Disney parks. And I love Disney parks. But anyway, John, why don't you say what you were doing this weekend? Because it was, I think it's an amazing feat of physical stamina. What did you do?
I did what was called the Dopey Challenge.
Okay.
So
Meaning you got to be kind of dopey to try to do this thing?
Yeah, I sort of. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Because
right.
the
Okay.
Goofy challenge and the Dopey challenge.
Yeah.
So Goofy or Dopey challenge is you do on 4 consecutive days.
Oh, wait. Let me get my John listening face on.
Right. Do
Go
I
ahead.
really do that all the
Go
time?
ahead. No, I do it
Okay.
when I'm listening to you.
Oh, okay.
I'm listening
Oh,
to
okay.
John,
Oh,
not no, I wasn't
I thought I
imitating you. I'm
you
not
were
gonna
saying that I
did
did
you
it.
think I was gonna insult you to your face like that?
Sure,
That's so
sure.
rude.
Guys do. Um,
John,
no, it's fine.
I
It's okay.
never.
It's all right.
No,
All right.
I'm listening to John face.
Okay.
It's me. It's the face that I make,
All
John.
right. Well, here we go.
Ah,
So, Dopey challenge at Disney is on 4 consecutive days, you
yeah,
run a
yeah.
5K, which is 3.1 miles, a 10K, 6.2 miles, a half marathon, 13.1 miles, and then a full marathon on the 4th day, 26.2 miles for a total of 40, what does it say?
Uh,
48.6 miles. And that's not counting the mileage you put on just walking like from your hotel to get on the bus in the morning, or the mileage you put on from getting off the bus and walking to the start line, which is probably another mile at least right there, and then walking from the finish line back to your bus, and then walking around the parks if you choose to do any of those. So it's a slog. The Goofy challenge is just doing the half and the full, and I just doing the half and full as if it's much less. But it's so it's a mental game, it's a physical game, it's ridiculous. It is dopey, it's stupid. Running is dumb. I'm just gonna say it. It is. I've said it for years. But you get
All right, so if you got to look at the camera,
metal.
you're watching this. John's wearing all of his medals,
Yeah,
and I mean, he looks like Michael Phelps here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6.
6 medals.
6. Yep, 5,
So,
10, half full, Goofy and Dopey medals. All of
Goofy and Dip. Okay, all right,
them.
look at it. There they are.
Technically, if you do the Dopey, you've done the Goofy too. You've done that challenge. So let me just tell you the toughest part. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Thank you as well.
We're getting comments now on
Yes,
the bottom of the page.
yeah,
Congratulations, Jennifer. Oh no, said he was proud. She was proud of him. I'm
yeah.
proud of John. I'm like I said, I'm amazed. I'm amazed at
So,
this feat
but
and your feet.
it's yeah. I had a blister from running that I've never seen before on the top of my foot. That was fun.
There you go.
That was
Well, I was going
bumpy.
to talk to you about your
Bumpy.
physical ailments. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, but that's what I was going to say. The biggest thing is not the biggest thing, but a big part of this mental physical game. The mental game is you have to get up at 2:30 in the morning for 4 days in a row. And that means also you've got to go to sleep if you want to have a decent amount of sleep. I went to bed around 7:30 every night. Not to mention if again you go to the parks, yeah, and you've probably worked like overnights and morning drive radio.
Yeah, I did morning drive radio for 20 years.
No. So completely how tough that. I mean, I worked overnights when I
It
first
stinks.
worked.
It absolutely stinks.
Yeah, it's and not only that, but then you're kind of forcing yourself to eat at a little bit weird times, and you're trying to eat the right things, you're carb loading and you're doing all this stuff, and you're trying to drink, you're trying to hydrate a ton. And then, like I said, you get out there, you catch typically every morning we caught the bus at 3, I think it was around 3:30. I went to walk to the bus. So I woke up an hour before I had to get there. We were out to the corrals by 4 to 4:30 at the latest, probably closer to 4, and we started the races at about 5. So again, you're standing for over an hour waiting for the races to begin on top of all this other stuff. So
it's a warm up. No,
No,
no, it's not warm up.
no.
All right.
But
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a runner.
yeah,
Clearly, as you can tell.
you know what? It wasn't as bad this year as last year. And yeah, last year I just did the marathon. And this year I was like, I'm gonna run all of them. And mark my words, that will be the last time I run 4 races in 4 days. It's
Why
just
not?
too
You'll do it. No, you'll do it next year. Yeah, you'll kill it.
No, I'll do I think I'm done with marathons. I don't like them. I
Why
don't
do you
like
run them?
marathons.
Just to say that you did it?
I did this to say that I did it. Yep.
Okay. All right.
And but I like half marathons, I like 5s, I like 10s, I like those sort of I do not like marathons. It's too long. And honestly, this body ain't built for that.
Daughter the Younger is a runner, and she runs, which I never would have suspected in a million years, but she just runs. And she did a half marathon in Philadelphia. And yeah, I know. I was really proud of her, but then she was just beat
Yeah.
for days. Well, but I don't think, and she was kind of like you were ill leading up to this, so you didn't really get to properly train.
Yeah, right.
So that, you weren't at like the top of your game. You could have spent like the entire month of December, ramping up so that by the time last week hit, you'd be at peak, and then the marathon wouldn't have been so unbelievably grueling and hurtful. But you didn't get a chance to do that because you were sick.
It still would hurt, but you're correct. So yeah, being sick for
much
2 weeks,
yeah.
and still, by the way, still having a cough right now, like that's just lingering.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really, really tough. It's physically, emotionally draining. I cried at least twice on the marathon course, and one of the times was
while you're running in the middle of it.
Like, I don't know, something hit me and I'm like, oh my God, you're a mental patient. Like, you're like, get it together. And
I think it's normal, John.
I think it is too. So
I think it's normal
because
it's abnormal what you were doing.
Yeah.
Running for 26 miles is not normal.
It really is. It's not. But like one of the nicest things, like towards the end, when I was texting my son and daughter-in-law and my wife, and my son, upon seeing that I was at mile 20, I think I posted at 25. So I basically had a mile to go. And, he was just like, congrats. I can't believe it. You're awesome. I'm so proud of you. And I'm like, Niagara Falls, Frankie. Niagara Falls.
That's from Scrooge, by the way. I got that. All right. That's funny.
Anyway,
that's awesome. No, we're all proud of you because I saw these I was getting these notifications on my phone from my from this Facebook page, and I'm like, I didn't post anything. I'm like, oh, that's right.
Yeah,
John's being a man this weekend, and I'm not doing anything.
Congrats to all those who trained and run awesome times. For me, it was more about, quite frankly, and if you look at my times are crap. But
I didn't even ask for your times. I'm just excited.
It was about surviving. Like
it was
surviving and finishing. It was nothing but that. Because of being sick, I was like, I had to go in with a game plan on how I could walk, run, and just get across the finish line, and did it. So, like I said, now back to halves.
Well, that's for you, John. That is for you, man. I'm really proud of you. That's a great job.
Thank you.
And so
yes,
I was watching some TV.
I was on the couch,
literally on the couch watching television.
Yeah.
No, so we're watching the Golden Globes. Granny's wife every night watching the Golden Globes on Sunday night, and Joe Coy was the host that got it the last minute, and I've been a fan of his for years and years of his stand up, and he kind of got handed the short end of the stick trying to come up with something for the Golden Globes. So he's kind of been raked over the coals trying to keep things together. He had one joke, and I don't know where you're going to come down on this joke. That said, how is the Golden Globes different than the NFL? And he said the Golden Globes will have less camera shots of Taylor Swift. That kind of went.
I think it's funny.
I thought that was funny. It kind of went over like a lead balloon, though. And
I mean,
Yeah, and with Taylor in the room, right? So I'm like,
And just so she didn't, or did
so they,
she?
yeah, I guess
Did they
they,
cut
they
to
kind of
her
ripped,
and like,
yeah, they cut to her, and I
right?
don't know. I thought that was an okay joke. I thought it was
That,
fair game. I
yeah,
guess we can't rip
that's
on
pretty
America's
good.
Princess.
I
I thought
like
it
it.
was good. Anyway, so we're watching, and some of our favorites won, especially in TV, and some didn't. Kieran Culkin won for Succession. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but I saw some winners for this show called Beef. And
Beef.
so Beef, Beef. It's on Netflix. Ali Wong,
Never heard of it.
Ken Leung won for Best Actor in a comedy, whatever. And then so we thought, okay, last night we're sitting around Greatest Wife Ever. Like, what do you want to watch? I don't know, because we gotta wait for the new Fargo to come out tomorrow night. Or tonight, actually.
Mm.
And
Tonight's Oak Island night.
okay. All right, John. Well, that's your world.
Yeah,
Oak Island. All right. I know. You know what? I gotta try it.
we all have
I'm
our
not gonna
thing.
I'm
We all
not
have
gonna
our
naysay it because I haven't seen it. But
Right.
we thought, okay, there are two things I want to try, because also Emma Stone was nominated and for Poor Things and won
Mhm.
the movie, but she's also in a TV show called The Curse, which is on Showtime.
Okay.
And so we decided, okay, let's try The Curse. Now, I looked it up, and it's Emma Stone. Nathan Fielder is one of the creators, and he's the co-star and plays her husband. And they are a couple trying to pull off a flipping TV show on HGTV in a small little town, right?
Okay.
Her parents are slum, quote unquote, slumlords. And it's all, and I mean, it's dark. They call it a dark comedy, and it's super cringy, super uncomfortable,
Really?
super. It's not laugh out loud. I mean, I'm watching it like, in awkward situations. And so we watched one episode. Did we get into the second episode? I don't know. I kept looking at my wife, and she's looking at me, and she's like, "Are you liking this?" And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it's the kind of brand of humor that this Nathan Fielder is going for, I guess. And
Mhm.
I just realized I'm just not. I can't watch things that are uncomfortable or embarrassing or humiliating, even if it's not to them, not to me. It's to somebody else.
Mhm.
I I feel it. It's uncomfortable. It's not entertainment to me. Like, I don't like drama in my sitcoms. Okay. I didn't like when
Not a fan of the dramedies?
no, I mean, when you have a sitcom that all you're doing is you're supposed to be laughing at the situation in the
Right.
comedy,
Okay.
and then you have Ross and Rachel break up, which was a uncomfortable, painful thing to watch because it was very real. And I kept telling my wife, I don't like drama in my comedy. I don't know why it's
I
there.
gotcha. I gotcha.
Stuff like that, in the office, you'd have these little gems of drama that were, I guess, fulfilling, but they were all, some of them were gut wrenching. And then, it's, I mean, I get it. I guess you want to be multifaceted when you come to, I just want, if I'm watching a comedy, I want to laugh. Okay. That's it. I don't, anyway,
I feel
this
it.
type of humor was just not my cup of
You
tea,
don't
man.
like the tonight on a
Not my,
very special Friends.
why would I?
Anytime
Why
we
would
say
I?
on a very special, you know that the room is gonna be brought down.
Well, I mean, and the funny thing is, and I'm a hypocrite because I really like some of the dramatic moments in The Big Bang Theory, between Leonard and his mother and stuff.
Hmm.
Those were wonderful.
Alright.
I don't know why. I'm fine with that. Yes, like I said, I'm a
Yeah, that
hypocrite.
is weird.
So I'm watching. It's me, John. So I'm watching. We watched The Curse for like an episode or two, and then we thought, all right, forget it.
Done.
We heard so many things about Beef. Let's watch Beef. So we turned that on, and that's on Netflix. And that is about a guy who was a contractor. He's a handyman contractor, a little bit of a down on his luck kind of guy. And he gets into a road rage altercation with Ali Wong. He doesn't know that it's Ali Wong yet. He thinks it's a dude in a really nice, I'm going to say BMW, I think. And
Okay.
he's in this work truck. and he chases this person. There was an altercation in like a Home Depot kind of, and that's the setup for the rest of the series. And they find out who each other is, and then that's it. And we kind of left it after 1 or 2 episodes of that too, because it was like this whole series is just going to be them trying to get back at each other and doing horrible, vengeful, revengeful things because it's beef. That's the name. They have a beef with each other. That's the name of the series. So
I get it now.
yeah. And
Right.
I'm just like going,
Beef.
I don't know. That's not super entertaining to me as well. So I will need to get your opinion on those 2 shows. Pretty pleased with Sugar on Top. Tell me if you watched The Curse with Emma Stone on Showtime. And give me your God's honest opinion, please. Like it, dislike it, you're good with it, whatever. I mean, I don't think it's masterful writing. The guy certainly he's hitting his target. If he wants to make you want to crawl out of your skin and poke your eyes out, he's got it. He's got it done.
Nailed it.
That's what he's trying to do. And then Beef. And they won awards at Golden Globes. I think they beat. Did it beat? Oh no, that's another one. The Bear. That's a comedy, and it beat Ted Lasso. Seen The Bear, but I didn't laugh one bit at the very beginning. And it's about being in a restaurant. It's about being a chef. He's like a 5-star chef, trained French chef in this local little restaurant. He's trying to elevate the food and the people that work around him and so on and so forth. And
I haven't seen any of these.
I didn't think, well, you know what, John? You're better off. You should probably you should run like marathons.
All right. So, Stephanie commented, I don't know if you saw here.
Yeah.
So she said she couldn't get into Beef, too uncomfortable, likes her TV light.
Yeah.
And then Sarah Morris said, I really wanted Beef to be good. Well, we all want Beef to be good, quite frankly.
Beef is good.
But it was way too dark. Haven't seen the other one. So
yeah, there you go. Okay, thank you very much. All right, I'm glad it wasn't just me. And I guess, and is it because I'm old? There's that. It could be that I'm getting, and maybe it's just not my flavor. It's just not my taste for that kind of comedy. I don't know. Stephanie said, just watch Good Grief on Netflix. Highly recommend. I love Dan Levy. I love Dan Levy too. In Schitt's Creek, he was amazing. I'm kind of avoiding this like the plague.
Really?
Because, well, it's a movie. He wrote and directed it and stars in it. And he loses his husband or his partner. I don't know. I don't know if they're married. I think they might be married. Loses it. They pass away. So this is Dan Levy's, it's Good Grief. And he goes to Paris and trying to experience life and and again, and it's like that TV show you were telling me about,
the Ricky Gervais
one, Afterlife,
which
I still don't know if I'm going to be able to watch.
Phenomenal, like you're not going to know whether to laugh, cry. I mean, it was kind of like running a marathon. It just you run
okay.
It's weird that way, but it's good, and it's got his humor in it too. If you like that.
If I know what's coming, then I could probably get into it. Okay. I could probably try the Good Grief. I don't know. I'm super emotional anyway, especially when it comes to commercials.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's funny. It's okay. It's interesting because lately, I don't know if I've developed an allergy or whatever, but I'll get into sneezing fits and my eyes just tear a lot. All right. And I'm constantly wiping tears from my eyes. So you could think that I'm being rather emotional. I'm not. We were watching something and I'm wiping my eyes and I said to my wife, I'm like, I'm not upset. I'm just
right.
Wiping. Yeah. Sure. That did not get me. No, she'll know if it got me because I'll say, I'll tell her. I'm like, oh, that got me. That was hard. That was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you watching? What are you and then we decided to default on The Crown. And we were watching The Crown and we were in season 5. We didn't finish season 6. But The Crown, I mean, it's so well acted and it's so good, but also it moves so slowly. And I was watching the episode last night about the divorce of Diana and Prince Charles at the time, now King Charles. And I'm watching it, and it was framed in they were showing other divorced couples talking to the magistrate about why they were getting divorced. And it was painful. It was done very well, constructed really, really well.
Right.
In between the scenes of them trying to hash out a settlement, you're seeing these other couples, regular couples, and why they're getting divorced. He's working too much, but he's working for his family. Well, how can you work for a family that that you never spend time with? That kind of thing. And it's just I don't even I can't think of the term what it is. There you go. My brain just farted.
Defrag.
Defrag the brain.
Click,
it's
click.
one of those vicious circle things. That's a vicious circle.
I eat because I'm unhappy, and I'm unhappy because I eat.
Right, exactly. Right. I work too much. I work so much to do for my family, but I don't spend time with my family.
Awesome.
But I don't spend time with my family because I have to work for my family.
Right.
But anyway, it was put in those frame. I don't know if you've seen that episode. If you have, it's masterfully done. But and it was beautiful, and that when you're looking at the framing of a divorce or a breakup of a couple, and it's just heartbreaking. And a lot of the cases that they presented, it was heartbreaking. And again, last night was not a laugh out loud.
No,
to watch television within the old Ross household.
Right.
Even though we were watching, two of them were comedies.
Yeah,
comedies,
quote unquote. Airfingers,
not laughing,
lasers,
laughing.
It's becoming painfully obvious that I don't watch much TV. I guess.
Yeah. Well, we tried. I mean, I was trying to like stay updated and be relevant.
Well,
and watch.
Your job relies on it, though.
And see what's hip hop and happening.
Yeah, you have to be pop culture sensitive.
I do. Yeah, I try to be.
You have to be relatable. So, I mean, you do. You have to relate to your demographic. So, I mean, with me, I don't do that as much anymore.
So it doesn't matter.
I guess. I mean, I have to keep up on social media and what's going on and things like TikTok or Twitter or Facebook and that sort of stuff. But I don't as much keep up with the TV shows, apparently.
With the media.
The water cooler stuff, I guess.
I guess I'm more comfortable if I go back into the superhero world.
Just crawl back into that hole.
I'll just watch the Batman again.
Yeah, the Batman. Yeah.
The Batman. Right.
The Batman.
Right. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to get into, and then we'll get into the question of the day.
Okay.
So yesterday, greatest wife ever, and God bless her. We have Christmas down and gone. And packed all away, and the house is a vast wasteland. No, I'm kidding.
That magically happened, by the way, while I was gone. Like the elves came in and
John, how convenient for you. But you know what? It's not like you weren't working hard. It's not like you weren't doing.
Thank goodness for my wife. Let me just say that. I mean, she did a lot of work around this house.
Wow, put it all away, huh?
For the most part, yeah. You got to take down the tree, but I mean, the tree meaning just the exoskeleton of the tree, the remainder of the tree,
right?
Not everything else that was on the tree is already put away. So yes,
yeah. When I came home from work and and I sit down in the living room and the tree's still up, but all the ornaments are gone. They're not just gone; they're gone, packed in the boxes in their individual little boxes, right? And it's just stacked, ready for me to take downstairs. So really, the only thing left to do was get some of the one or two ornaments that were high up top, and then take our fake tree apart.
Yeah, we have one too.
And then pack it up in the box and take it downstairs, which I probably took 20 minutes. Really like the fake tree.
I do too. You know what?
Really?
For years, we cut them down. We would go out to Maryland. We would bring the saw. It would be a family thing. We got down here. We had a real one. And then, with cats, it was always a thing. They would chew on needles and barf somewhere in the house. And so we got, I spared no expense. We got a really nice fake tree, and it's got like 5,000, I think, lights on it. tiny
Oh,
lights.
wow. Oh, goodness.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
That's a lot of
ridiculous.
lights.
Like the
Yeah.
fairy lights. It's got like those
Oh, the
really
little one. Okay. The
small,
little one.
yeah,
Okay.
so it's
Okay.
really bright.
Wow.
I have not looked back since.
Yeah, I mean, neither. As soon as it was down and downstairs, and I walked back upstairs, and I'm like,
Yeah,
that was easy.
I know. Hit the Staples button, right? That was
Right. You had to break out there wasn't 7,000 needles on the floor.
that
And
too. Oh gosh.
yeah.
That was terrible. That
Oh, I
really
know that gets you, Mr. Vacuum, in the,
but it
people
was
on the
like
floor.
months of finding
Yeah.
needles.
It was
Oh,
amazing. It was amazing to me. But again, I digress.
yeah.
So, greatest wife ever has decided, that she's just gonna. There's a lot to do around the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
But you just got to take it at one little section at a time, or else it's just so overwhelming. And I
Sure,
do the same thing. Is
sure.
I'll just go into brain lock. I just like, I was trying to clean up my side of the bed in the bedroom, right? Because I had closed mountains.
Oh Lord. It's
What
the
is that, John?
emergency broadcast system.
Oh goodness. Okay.
National Weather Service has issued tornado watch number 5, effective until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
watch includes
Is that for you?
I'm gonna go silence it. Yes.
Effingham,
Yeah.
and Scriven.
Yeah, this is what's going on. So we talked about severe weather. We're getting it here as well. And tornadoes are possible today. Crazy. Yeah, so hold on. I'm going to mute me and you can talk.
Well, now I got to go see if there's something for my area.
It's bananas here. So hold on.
Hang on. National Weather Service. All right. Weather.gov. Let's put it in.
By the way, that's one of the things when you live here, you do that. And quite frankly, anybody, I don't know, this is a life-saving device. Honestly, it's $40. It's a Midland weather radio. And I can probably find it and put the link in. And basically what it does is it tunes into NOAA weather radio. And when you get a warning or a watch in your area, it will go off like that. And sometimes it scares the bejesus out of you. Like,
yeah, well, that
no.
just got me.
No.
Well, let's see. We have a flood watch in effect. I have a wind advisory in effect. Starting at 3, flood watch in effect until 10. Oh, that started this morning. Hazardous weather outlook. So that's what we got from the National Weather Service.
Yeah. So
for my area. All right. So wherever you are, gosh, batten down the hatches and be careful.
Yes,
and of course, be safe and don't drive in the in standing water or do anything silly like that. Please, please, pretty please don't do that.
Yep.
And if you don't have to travel, don't travel. And hang out with us. And thank you so much for doing that.
And by the way, here's I put the link in the chat for everybody in case you were interested. They're only about $35, and honestly, it's a life-saving device.
Thank you, John. Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So the greatest wife ever decided to take small little portions and clean, and she put up these shelves at the top of the stairs going down to the basement. So it's a little, it's a nice little storage area. You don't have to go all the way downstairs to get them. And in there, she's got it divided, like all the duct tape is all in one area. All the cleaning supplies, all the sponges for the kitchen.
Wow.
Are in one area. The furniture polish. Yeah, it's right up your alley, John. You'd love it.
Love it.
Yes. But in one area, I've got where she's like, what's this box? I said, that is our Wi-Fi for the house. That's the modem. Yeah, the modem and the Wi-Fi. That's the box.
The internet.
But right next to it is like 45 cords. And she's like, well, what are these? And I'm like, well, I don't know. So we had like 3 or 4 HDMI cords in there. Okay. Which is fun.
Oh, this is funny. I just talked to
Stacey. Those. They're all wrapped up. Keep those. Yeah. All right. And then there's this one. It's a really nice cord. It's got a box at the end with an on-off switch. Okay. And at the other end, it's got a it's definitely the 3-prong power. It powers into something like the power that goes into this board.
Is it actually plugged in?
Board. It's not plugged into anything.
Oh,
okay. It's just the plug. Right. Exactly. And she's like, well, what does this do? And I'm like, I don't know. Toss it. And she goes, but I want to know what it does. And I'm like, I don't know. It powers something, but clearly we don't need it because we haven't used it. I didn't even know it was there.
Right.
Let's get rid of it. And she's like, yeah, but I want to know what it does. And I said, all right, you know what? Let's just wrap it up and keep it and put it back, which is, and I'm bad at keeping things. I'm really bad. There was a survey. 7 out of 10 people said that their home is cluttered, but they don't want to get rid of anything in case they may need it again one.
Let me move over here so you don't see the boxes on the floor right now.
You don't see. You might want to use them one day. The clutter is old clothes, old books and magazines right here.
Yeah.
And also useless cords and cables.
I have legitimate. I'm going to tell you
right here.
I've got at least 5 or 6 bins of different types of cords, electrical cords, audio cords, HDMI cords, computer cords. Yeah. I was just talking to Stacy about this today. Literally before the show, within an hour ago, I was talking about. So I said, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm tossing all the cords. Tossing them all. I don't care.
Well, we were watching the Today Show this morning.
Amazon. They're $3. Okay.
There was a clutter. A woman on this morning on the Today Show, and she was explaining that if you can get rid of it, in 20 minutes, or you can replace it for $20 or less.
Yes, get rid of it.
Blast it out. Get it out of there. It's not doing anything. It's but taking up space.
So right.
And yesterday was unclutter your desk day. And I'm looking around my desk and I'm like,
yeah, this is not
a couple
good.
of things that I need.
No,
like this is there's a little charging cord that I've got wrapped up here, and there's a pen. Oh, here. Hold on. Hang on. This is a prize. I've got a prize from Cracker Jack that I'm hanging on to, and I don't know why.
I've had this sitting on my desk for a year. Meaning to screw. There's a screw that keeps coming loose where my keyboard slides out.
Sure.
I keep meaning to put this on the end of the screw.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And I'll bet you the wood glue probably at this point is not. It's probably so unusable.
Where's your waste can?
I know.
John, don't put it back on the desk. Where's your waste can?
I've got a switch here that I keep meaning to sell on Amazon because
how long has that been sitting there?
Oh, about 2 years.
Okay. So this is to clean my glasses. I've had this for 2 years. Okay. I have one that's half full and one that's completely full. Oh, yay. Christmas lights. Let's see what else I have.
This is ridiculous.
Well, I kind of need that. I need that for work.
I didn't get around to putting these up this year. More Christmas lights, battery.
I got some stuff's on display. I got a picture of my mom. I got the Frederick's Oktoberfest beer stein that I had to buy, and the only reason I could get it was the greatest wife ever was like, it's going in your office. It's not sitting in my kitchen. I'm like, fair enough, girlfriend. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. So it's there. It's on my desk.
I've had this book sitting on my.
Oh, here we go. Here's the pedal tuner for my bass.
Okay.
The tuner itself is in my bass case, but the box is sitting on my desk
for some reason.
For 2 years. 2 years.
I've had this book
right back where it was
sitting on my desk for more than a year.
Have you read it?
I got a page or two into it. By the way, my book, for those who can't see it, 1 million followers, how I built a massive social following in 30 days. I thought,
I need to read that, John.
Thought that would be an interesting
hang
book.
on.
Yeah. Duct tape. If you
duct
can't.
Duct tape. Gotta have duct tape sitting on the desk.
Let's not even go into what's in my drawers. Look, Look.
Well, you know what? You know what I have? It's funny because
look.
What are those?
Packs
those are more. Okay, packs of cables.
Because I need that. You might need some cables.
Well, now I like gel pens, so I go to the dollar store and I get gel pens. So I have a ton of gel pens everywhere.
Starting to show a Dell.
I can only use one at a time. Picture hangers. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Good.
That's nice.
Good.
That's
You
good,
might
John.
need those. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
this is really
Hold
good.
on. Hmm.
Clear shoe cement. Why do I have this?
No, John, why do you? Hold on. Sunglasses. These are dollar store sunglasses.
Look like Ray-Ban.
Easily been.
They're good.
Well, I mean, they were dollar store. I would go and buy $10 worth of sunglasses because I lost them all the time.
Okay.
These are now photosensitive and prescription, so I don't
Smart.
need sunglasses
So you
anymore.
just wear them. Yeah,
Right.
that's good.
So, but thank God I still have these, and they're in my office, taking up space
Just in case.
just in case. You know,
You might need them at some point. I'm not even going to go into anymore because it could get really embarrassing. Like just
Hours.
some of it. Just this
Is
is.
that a VHS?
I've
that's a
got literally
VHS
I've got a
videotape.
bin under my desk that's been here
Yeah.
more than a year. Not to mention the closet that's back here that has my office stuff in it. Thanks, Ron.
So I have some work to do.
Thanks. Yeah, I clearly have some work to do.
Well, we got a place. You know, we got a place for all of this stuff. Thank God.
Right. Yes.
You know?
got
Oh, look, you know, and I
your-
put my Johnny Unitas jersey there. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, did you? Oh, look at
Move your
that.
finger.
I see it.
There you
I
go.
see it
That's
kind of.
my Johnny U.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Oh my God, did I just sniffle in the air? I apologize. All right, so you know what? We got a little bit of time left, and I've gone way over. So it is time to get
Is
the
it
gray matter
time?
working. Fire off the synapses, engage the frontal lobe, form new neural networks, utilize the cerebrum. As Pooh says, it's time to
Think.
It's the dun 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 question of the day. The QOD we're playing for pride, not prize. Here's today's question of the day.
Question of the day.
According to a recent survey, chicken noodle and tomato are the number 1 and 2 soups, respectively.
Nice.
What's number 3? There you go. That's it.
Wow.
Very simple. There you go, John. According to a recent survey, chicken noodle and tomato are the number 1 and number 2 soups, respectively. What is number 3?
Huh.
Good luck.
All right, I'm noodling this one through.
I get it. That's funny.
Oh, see, look at that. I'm a
He's
poet
chicken.
and I don't even know
You
it.
didn't even know it.
Doo, doo.
And a rhyme, and I made it just in time.
Oh, I've
Man.
seen some good answers here. I won't say which one I think until I put it up on the screen because
I'll give you a super
my
duper giving away clue. It would not be on my list of top 5 soups.
No, this would not either. However,
Not be on my list of top 5 soups.
okay. So you want to repeat the question one more
All right,
time?
here's the question one more time.
Um,
Going to a recent survey, chicken noodle and tomato are the number 1 and number 2 soups, respectively. What's number 3? All right, let's go to our messages that have come through. The people have answered
okay,
on our
and
Facebook and on our
here-
YouTube page.
Here we go.
Cream of chicken. Susan says cream of chicken soup,
No.
and that is incorrect. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Kim says broccoli cheese, another great soup, but no, that is not
Okay.
number 3 most
The
popular soup.
The next
right.
one, I have to say, immediately came to mind when I was thinking of it. So,
Okay.
Bud
right.
chimes in.
Bud says to eat or in total, cream of mushroom for cooking. No, that is not it.
No.
No. No.
Okay, I've got
That's
a
good.
couple other ideas, but we've got
Good
some
one.
more answers here. Hold on.
Okay.
Here we
All
go.
right. All right. Napua says clam chowder. That's correct. There
What?
you go. Clam
Come
chowder.
on. Are you
That's what I
serious?
said. It's not in my top 5 soups of all time. Good job, Napua. Good
I
job.
would love to know
Good
the top
job. You get
5, honestly.
pride,
have no
not
clue, do you?
prize. Carry that around with you all day today.
Good, good.
And your pride comes with the little oyster crackers that come on the side, and you just
Oh,
dip
that's-
into your pride. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I love those.
It's good stuff.
Good
Exactly.
chili too, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not a clam chowder. I like
No.
clam chowder, but it's not in my top 5. I
However,
would rather put cream of crab,
there we go. That's
Cream
what I
of
was
crab.
going to say. Crab chowder.
loaded
Yeah.
baked potato soup is in there. I like the big creamy ones, but cream of crab. Yeah, there you go. See Zach's in there. There's There's Zach. I haven't seen Zach in 1,000 years, man. He's a big fan of the or a big friend of the show, man.
Now,
How's it going,
he's
Zach?
there.
Who said
Hi,
potato?
Zach. Okay.
Yeah, I make a killer loaded baked potato. Susan said veggie beef. Yeah, veggie beef is a good soup, but that's not on the
I
list.
like the beef with barley. I'm a partial to that. I like the Italian wedding soup. Trying to think.
I
what
just
else.
had that. I just had that this morning, actually. No, I had minestrone. I'm watching all my calories. I'm still logging all my calories, John. You'd be very proud of me.
I am proud of you.
I'm logging everything. And man, when you log everything and you pay attention to all of your calories,
I told
you
you.
realize
I told you.
you're doing this.
I
You know,
told
and you're like,
you.
especially when you do it absent-mindedly. It's like,
I
because
know.
here's my addiction. My addiction is, and it is an addiction, I think, in the sense that I know it's bad for me,
Right.
but I do it anyway. And that's salty, crunchy snacks.
Yeah, that's
I
late.
can take down an entire family-sized bag of tortilla chips
Oh yeah.
in one
Right.
sitting
Or
and not
Doritos.
even blink an eye. Not even blink an eye. It's just, this is constant.
Oh,
And then you get that, I don't know what brand it was, but it's not Doritos. It was an off brand that we got at like Costco or Sam's Club. But every like fourth chip is coated in salt.
oh, it's
And it's like the eyes almost rolled back in your head, like, oh my God.
so
But it's so bad.
yeah, but you
got
know
it.
what you
I've
can
got-
do? Wait,
What's that? What?
you know what you can
What can I
do?
What
No,
can I do?
when you're doing that, look on the bag and see the serving
yeah.
size and the portion, and then you count the chips.
Yeah,
And
you can
then
have
you know
fun.
what? You find yourself slowing up when you're eating them,
Savoring
because
and
you wanna
enjoying it, yeah.
savor the 15 to 20 chips that you can eat for your 200 calories.
Well, we were talking to the daughter, the younger, yesterday, who's she's become a gym rat and she's become a bit of a novice nutritionist.
Yeah.
Because she's good. She went to a nutritionist, she said, to
Good.
figure out what was going on with her eating and her eating habits and so on.
Fantastic.
And she said, because we have a group chat, and both daughters and my wife and I, and we talk every day. When I talk to friends who don't talk to their kids every day, or they go week or 2 weeks, and I'm like, it's alien to me. I mean, I understand why it's possible and how that happens. It's just alien to me. I don't understand it. I talk to my brother every day. My younger one.
Good for you, because I'm not quite as good about that, but
We'll do it.
I do love my brothers. I talked to
Send him a text, right? Send him a text today, John. That's all you got to do.
I've actually talked to both brothers today, so it's a good day already.
Yeah. No, Greg and I talk every day. He said we wake each other up with text. Good morning. It's Tuesday. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
Do you? Yeah,
Um,
that's a very nice tradition.
Yeah, every day. Every day. Talk to my brother every day. Not my older brother, but he's like once a
A whole
month.
other thing.
We were chatty anyway, so it's nothing new, nothing different. Bud says that's why it is so bad for me living about 15 minutes from Snyder's of Hanover,
One of my
Campbell's Soup
favorites.
Outlet, and Utz Factory Store.
Oh my
Too
God,
easy
Bud.
to get snacks, dude. You're in Hanover. I
Oh my
know
God.
the area very well.
Let me just say, absolutely one of my favorite. You were talking about the salty snacks.
Oh yeah,
Are the Snyder of Hanover pretzel pieces, the buffalo flavored pretzel pieces.
yeah, those are good.
At night.
Okay.
Oh,
I, being a Maryland boy, go
Maryland
for the
Utz's,
crab spice.
Utz's crab chips.
Crab chips, Old Bay seasoning. If you don't know about it, they take potato chips in our area, regular potato chips.
Yeah.
But they put the Old Bay, which is a peppery, super salty,
A little bit vinegary,
there's
kind of. Yeah. there's
marjoram is in
yeah,
there, a bunch of other
the whole
spices.
thing.
And then they put that on the chips. If you've never had them, Jennifer Scott, good luck trying to find some crab chips out in your area. And you might find them somewhere in a specialty grocery store.
We have them here.
God,
I don't know why. I think just because we have a lot of tourists.
Well, you still have crabs down where you are.
and you can
have-
get, by the way, they
you
do
have blue crab.
actual Hers Old Bay chips as well.
Right. There are only a couple of
Pretty darn
companies, or
good.
maybe one or two, that have a contract with Old Bay and they can say
Yeah.
Old Bay.
Yeah.
Other than that, it'll say Chesapeake
Crab.
Bay Spice,
Yeah.
or it'll say crab chips, crab spice, or something like that. But that's another. Take down an entire family bag. No problem.
Yeah.
So anyway, talking to the daughter of the younger, and I was, and we were in that group, and I was complaining
Mhm.
about how I can't eat anything, and I just love to eat, and I love the flavor of things, and one of my favorite things to do in the world is cook and eat. And you know, and
Mm.
she said, look, if you're going to look at it like that, then you're going to lose, Dad. You know, it's just going to be a temporary fix with you counting your calories and so on. She said it's got to be a lifestyle change
True.
in the way you do everything, the way you approach food, think about food, the way you, and so on and so forth. And then she also said, if you work out,
You can eat a little bit.
you can eat whatever you like, just
Yeah.
within reason, and it's all portion control and moderation.
Yeah.
And so she really helped me out a lot in helping me rethink that. So I'm not just like, I can't have anything, just have water. And and I can't have, I
that's
mean,
not-
like we had popcorn last night, but
Yeah.
we had had half a bag. I sat there with a measuring cup and measured out 3 cups of popcorn, which
Right.
was pretty
It's
good.
good.
Can't
Yeah.
believe it's not butter, the non-salt salt. I forget
Love
what it's
that.
called. It's called no salt. And it satiated me while we were watching I don't know, Beef or The Crown, or one of them. We were
One of
just-
those lousy shows. That was-
yeah, that was the. I don't get them. I don't get 'em.
Doesn't
I'm
get it?
sure, and it's one of those things where the critics just love them,
I know.
love it, and I would be like, wow, if I was Netflix, I'd ask for my money back.
Ouch.
Because I was,
Ooh.
you
Sorry.
know,
Wow.
or maybe sell it to another company. It's somebody else's flavor. I'm not gonna. I'm sure there's a lot of people that worked very hard. I'm trying to be nice. Have you
Right.
noticed that, John? I'm
It's-
trying
you're
in the
turning
new
me-
year. I'm just trying to be
Yeah,
nice about
right.
everything.
That's
I
good.
realized I was a little vitriolic last week in some of my critiques of certain things, which I shan't
Okay.
get into. But there's a lot of people who work very hard on whatever it is, and it's just not my cup of tea. Let's just put it that way. So this beef is not what's
Not for
for
dinner.
not what's for watching in the
Yeah.
old Ross household, and neither is the curse. But that's okay. But that just means more beef and more the curse for you,
all right.
right? So
Yeah. No,
all
not,
right.
not for me.
Oh
Only
man.
curse I'm watching is Oak Island tonight. We're gonna hit gold.
All right. Well, you watch that, and I will watch the second to the last episode in the season for Fargo, which is on FX.
Which I
Which
love that.
Juno
movie.
Tempo should have won the
Okay.
Golden Globe. She was amazing. All right, look,
We're out of time.
we went over, and I apologize for that. Thank you very
Oh,
much, and
okay.
thanks for enduring my meandering. Congratulations to John and all your hard work over the weekend. Look at that! Look at that! Look at his accomplishments. I gotta tell you, he walked out of the room when we were getting ready. This is pre-broadcast, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta go get something to drink." I'm like, "Okay, you go get your thing." And I just hear this clang, 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 clang,
know.
clang, clang, and he walks back in, and he's got all the. And
Come
I
on.
had
I know.
had to laugh very, very hard. My achievement is, I like
Honestly,
Spider-Man.
let me
I
just
like
say one final thing on the medals. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of folks do after running it go through the parks like this. This is heavy. I wore this medal and this medal on. I thought that
Yeah.
that said it all. The
That's pretty
48.
much, summed it up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't feel the need to weigh the 5 pounds or wear the 5 pounds of medals. It's heavy. It
Especially
actually is.
especially after you ran a marathon.
I know, right? So, anyway, that's all. That's all for me.
Okay.
JY out.
All right, so if you're in harm's way, be careful, please. And you don't need me to tell you that, but bad
Get your
weather
weather
has you,
radio.
and we want you to be like super safe and have a wonderful, wonderful week. I cannot thank you enough for listening and watching. You can send us a message anytime. 240-415-9090, 240-415-9090. And I'm gonna call Lisa back. She's probably not gonna be she's probably not gonna be available. We're gonna play tag. I'm gonna try to get her to be a guest. I also talked to Jen Lammers from she used to be on Extra. She wants to be a guest. I was gonna have her a guest, and also Mark McGrath as a guest.
Come on, man, make it happen.
I'm working on all of these things. And then who did I just talk to? Oh, I just talked to Karen Carson and Kim Ashley, whom I used to work with.
Oh yeah, I know them. Yeah.
And they said that they would love to be a guest on the podcast. So
yes,
that's going to be, we're working on that in the future.
Good.
Other than that, listen, thank you so much. Make sure and you follow us and like us and subscribe on the YouTube page, and follow us on the Facebook, and tell your friends and post the link. And we really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful and safe week. All right, we will hit you again next week, where I'm going to be talking about what I think is probably one of the best crafted power pop records of all time.
Oh, we can argue about that one, because I've got one that immediately.
You don't know what my choice is, John. You don't know what it is. We might agree on it.
We might agree. I'm going to say we're not gonna,
but it's not the Hooters.
No.
Okay, good.
Not the Hooters.
And it's not Tommy Conwell and the Young Rumblers either.
Nope, not either.
Okay. All right, good.
Nope.
All right. Just so you know,
we're agreeing.
Probably one of the best. And it was I'll even give you a ballpark. It was 1979, and it was the record of the year. All right, listen. Please take care of yourselves and each other. Please be safe. John Yaglensky, Ron Ross, love you, mean it. Bicycle.
Bye now. Bye-bye.